This is beer review number 11 for Clement's Homebrew.
Clement's Homebrew, and here we are.
All right, so for the main event today is we're going to have some Bad Bunny. It's an Imperial Cream Ale. Here we go. Right there, it's by Alameda. Alameda Brewing Company, and it is in Portland, Oregon. Look at that bunny. He's pretty fierce. Now, this is their spring seasonal, and you can open that up, Dad. And so, you know, I was thinking about Easter. It just passed recently, and I was like, who wouldn't want a Bad Bunny? And I've tried Boddington ales and stuff like that. A lot of English ales, and to see one in Oregon just kind of excited me. So I was like, hey, let's give this a try. It's got an 8.2 ABV, and an average cream ale is actually 5% ABV. So that's kind of like why they called it a Bad Bunny, is because it's got such high alcohol content. And the reason for that is because it has large quantities of Pilsner malt and candy sugar. So I'm going to guess this is going to be pretty sweet. We might be in trouble afterwards. But it had an original gravity of 1.082.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, and then the final gravity was 1.020. And obviously the... being Northwest guys, the IBU is 33. You know, it's not that hoppy, but it'll have a little hops in there, and that's going to make me happy, obviously. And the hops that they used was a Flaked Maize and a Czech Saaz, and these allow for a supple spiciness in it. Other than that, it got reviews of 60% that we saw online, and some people said it was a little sweet, and I don't know, but...
You know, I'm familiar with Czech Saaz, but because that's used in all the Pilsners and so forth. The Flaked Maize, I'm not familiar with it, so I'm going to have to look that one up.
And let's start smelling it.
All right.
See what the bouquet's like.
Oh, I was thinking it was like dark in color.
Well, it's a cream ale, so we got to remember
true.
it's going to be a little bit lighter. Look at that. What do you think? That's orangey. It's not... It doesn't actually... I expect it to have a lot more foam to it, you know? Like a cream ale has a lot more head.
I poured mine a little harder.
Yeah.
But even then, even with mine, it's still just a one finger.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say the color, you know, it's almost an orange gold
it kind
color.
of looks like honey, doesn't it? Does it look like...
Yeah, it does. It's the color of honey.
Kind of like in a jar?
Yeah.
No, usually when you pour out a Boddington's, it has like a little ball in it that kind of helps it like cream up, but it doesn't look as thick as a normal cream ale, which is
I would have expected a bigger head on it.
Maybe that's why it's got higher alcohol content. I don't know.
Well, let's put a nose to it.
Definitely can smell some honey, I think.
Yeah, and I can smell the hops right away too. There's a sweetness to it.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
You're right. There's almost like a sweet honey kind of scent to it.
But you can definitely smell the spices that they're talking about. It's a small hint of it, but you never know. I'm not sure about the Flaked Maize, but the Czech Saaz, I can smell those hops in it, and it does have somewhat of a creamy scent. But they're cream ale.
I think you did a good description.
They're cream ale hops, so that's why. And
oh, you know what that scent is? It's Pilsner. I'm smelling a Pilsner mixed in.
Yeah, well, it's Pilsner malt, but you also, is there a little scent of orange in there?
Well, you know, I
mean, why not? We're having a cream ale.
That's probably
cream ale.
That might be from the
orange creamsicle. Cream ale.
That might be from the hops, or possibly from the yeast.
What do you think?
Some esters from the yeast.
Do you think it's time to try this baby out?
I think it's time to try.
All right, well,
because I'm ready. The honey scent's enough to
look at
get
these
me going.
Fantastic glasses we have. It makes me think. cream ale.
This is more of a German mug, and so this works good with the Czech Saaz, I think. There we go.
Whatever, it's creamy ale to me. That's what I think.
Ooh. Yummy.
It's not as thick as I would hope for a cream ale. That's my first thought. But
I had low
it's
expectations,
tasty.
but wow. So the candy sugars almost made me think of a honey taste.
Yeah. I don't think there is honey in here. There's just candy sugars.
It's like, I think they nailed it, you know. So they've got the Pilsner malts and they've got the candy sugars. So think of a good Pilsner and then put a nice sweetness to it. It's not honey, but it makes me think of that. Wow. This is I'm ready to go to Germany and have myself some really nice sausages or something.
Yeah.
And just, you know, with some cute girls in their little outfits running around and a lot of beer.
I don't know. This is
not bad.
This is tasty. I think I might have served it at a little too cold of a temperature. So it's hard to
No, it's a high. I think you did really well. We let it warm up.
A little. It was warm when I got it, so we had to toss in the freezer and then
But I'm going to say this is about 55, I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Degrees right now. And you know, light beers, you're gonna, you know, you all know, you're gonna serve at a higher temperature, but at a lower temperature, you know, in the 40s, maybe 45, 50. But with higher alcohol content, you want to go maybe 50, 55. No, you know, you served it just right.
You know, I am very happy with this. This is a beer I would get again. I would get this Bad Bunny again. Not because it's a Bad Bunny, because it's delicious. What can I say? So he's serving candy in my beer, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, this is it's a cream ale, folks. Yeah. So there's a lot of styles for cream ale, but this is a little different.
Yeah, and this is what I love. Lighter cream ale.
Well, they're trying to do a Pilsner sweet cream ale. I mean,
definitely would have been great on Easter.
For the description that they gave it and what they're really trying to do as opposed to the style that they had to categorize it. You know, sometimes you got to put a beer into a category because the industry forces you to name a category. Yeah. But you're doing cross categories. Yeah. That's how it is.
I mean, but that's the point of being, you know, these small breweries are basically home brewers themselves.
They're trying to mix a cream ale with a Pilsner with a sweet flavor. And, well, you know what? That's exactly what they did.
This is exactly what a craft brew would be categorized as.
Yeah.
It's crossing the lines and making something that is different.
If you do not care for Pilsners, if you don't care for sweetness, or cream ales, then you want it. But boy, if you kind of like those three different flavors and you'd like to try them together, my God.
You can drink this on a semi-warm day. I want to say, hey, let's have a cream ale in 90-degree temps. No, but if you're in the lower 80s, I'm pretty happy.
I'd like to crack one of these open on Oktoberfest next year and get some good... We have a festival in our area where they've got the kraut and the sausages and so forth. Good German and Dutch families make
festival?
them.
We have multiple festivals.
Yeah, we have a huge one that's just
around
a couple miles from the house.
Well, that's true.
And all the sausages are handcrafted by the families in Verboort, as well as they make homemade sauerkraut.
I'm happy.
I'm thinking we can try
this one. I am really happy. So what are you thinking rating-wise?
Well, this is really tough because I'm enjoying it way too much. But
I did not expect to like it this much.
I'm just so surprised.
Especially when people were ranking it in the 60s.
Right. I think if I rank it on style, not by the category of cream ale, but by their description of what they were trying to achieve. And I think that's a more fair way to rank it.
Oh, definitely.
Instead of being so strict. They're trying to create a cream ale with a Pilsner flavor and sweetness. And they nailed it.
Yeah, they nailed it.
So
it's fantastic.
So for what they are saying they're trying to do, I'm giving them a 94.
Gracious, they're using candied sugar.
What they said they're trying to achieve,
yeah,
I'm giving them a 94 because they really did a fantastic job.
All right.
For an overall, for me, I'm surprised. I'm going to give an 84. And now an 84 basically means you really should try this.
Yeah.
It's not world class, but it's really good. And you really definitely should give it a shot. And why not? But you've got to drink it for what it is. What do you think?
Well, here's how I feel. I like cream ales. I like Boddingtons. I liked some of the red cream ales. Anything coming out of England is good. But matter of fact is, any cream ale is going to be a mid-80s beer. I don't think that any cream ale that I have tasted yet. Now, if you can argue with me and tell me what beer to find, I will buy it and we will taste it. Tell me, because most cream ales are in the mid-80s, and that's just the style because it'll never hit. Because of flavor-wise and texture, well, texture's good, but flavor-wise, a cream ale, because it's bland in its ways, will always be in the 80s. But this beer right here, for me, cream-wise, yes, it's not as thick, it doesn't have as much head, but the flavor is fantastic. I love it. So I'm going to go right there. I'm going to go notch above you. 95 for this one. Now, for me, that's for cream ale wise. Now, for me, I would still give it a 90.
Nice.
And I'm an IPA guy.
This guy's, I don't know if he's a hophead, but he's a borderhead hophead. He likes IPAs.
I'm a hophead, trust me.
So if he's rating this high, then
this is a good beer.
Folks,
you know what? I don't care what the other guys thought. This is not a 60% beer. This is average 80s, guaranteed. But for me, it's a 90.
Again, we just say this is the beauty of beer and foods in general because everyone has a different curve.
Yeah.
Do not rate a beer based on what all the charts are saying. You got to rate it on what you think.
Rate it on how you feel about the beer for yourself, and then rate it on how you feel for it in the category that they're trying to put it in. And
in all fairness, if the beer warms up and then you taste something later and you're doing videos, man, put a little word thing across the bottom saying correcting yourself. I did that once. I had to say I screwed up because this warmed up and it was fantastic. But Christian, you served this at the right temp.
I think it's awesome.
I want to say, Alameda Brewing Company, they've done some decent stuff. I haven't been thrilled with everything. They're local.
Yeah, they are.
But for a fun, crazy beer with a pink top and a psycho rabbit on the top and...
Way to go, Bad Bunny.
Cheers to Alameda Brewing.
Bad Bunny.
And local brewery, Portland.
Gotta love it. We're enjoying it. And, cheers to good beer and good times, huh?
Happy drinking all to you,
Love you guys.
And, the Irish, we love our beer. And so...
Yes, we do.
There we go.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
See you later. Cheers.
Bye.